City of Port Allen City Council meeting, regular meeting, today, August 12th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Please silence all electronic devices. Notice to the public, each person must decide before entering the chamber which agenda item they wish to comment upon. If they are not seated in the chamber when the agenda item is heard, they will be notified by an officer to enter the council chambers to address the item. Call to order, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Joseph? Here. Ms. Gordon?
Here.
Mr. Hubble? Here. Ms. King?
Here.
Mr. Payne?
Here.
You have a quorum, Mayor.
Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of July 8th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, it was motion by Councilwoman Gordon. Second by Councilwoman King. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Joseph?
Here.
Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Motion passes, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Public comments. Public comment per Louisiana revised statute 42:11 and Port Allen ordinance section 2 through 34. 3 minutes per person, 15 minutes per topic. Anyone signed in?
Oh, sorry. Anyone wishes to speak that's not on the agenda? I want to speak on agenda item?
One, consider the introduction of an ordinance relating to the office of city marshal for the city of Port Allen. Mr. Massey?
Hey, good evening, again, Mayor, Council, good evening. As in the committee meeting stated, try to get a ordinance introduced between the city marshal's office and the city of Port Allen, just to allow the city marshal's office to continue to operate within Ward 3, which has been here for about 60 years, if I understand correctly. Just per legislation, House Bill 1038, this past legislature was passed that all the marshals need should have a ordinance agreement between the marshals and the governing authority, which currently is the city of Port Allen, being the city court is domiciled in Port Allen.
And you said House Bill 1038?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. Questions?
So just as we discussed it last week about the marshals, and I looked up, what do our U.S. Marshal does and what they do not do. And what I found out is said no U.S. Marshals do not write routine traffic tickets. Their main jobs are catching fugitives, protecting federal judges, managing seed property, and moving federal prisoners, not traffic enforcement and just court protection. And it also states that they do not patrol highways or pull drivers over for speeding or minor traffic infraction. Only local police and state police handle everyday traffic. And the bill was passed if you had the population under 40,000 people, and we barely have 5,000.
Correct.
And for us to have our city, our sheriff, and the state police, and then you guys. And if I'm not wrong, I think you said you all write 300 tickets a month or 400 tickets a month?
Probably average, yes.
Well, we got 5,000 people. That's 4,800 tickets. So after a while, everybody go out and have a ticket from here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being real, but if they do the, like Hubble said, if they do the crime, they get the ticket. But everybody doesn't do the crime and get a ticket.
Correct.
So, but what I'm saying is, why do we need all these agencies handing out tickets in the resident of Port Allen, and we under the population of 5,000?
First of all, let me go back to your initial statement. We're not the U.S. Marshals. We don't go out and
But you are still the
with
marshal.
the marshals, correct?
It's
And
still under the same definition,
yes,
correct?
our they're a little bit different.
Okay.
Actually, 13:1881 through 1883 states the duties and the of the marshal's office. And you brought up U.S. Marshal. We're not the U.S. Marshals, so say
But
we
you still
we
do
do
the
certain
same
points
job.
pretty close to the same job, but not as in depth.
Mhm.
And as I said last during the committee meeting, I'm not here to take Chief Mitchell's job. You know, we've been just assisting the local law enforcement. Of course, we depend on traffic citations, the money coming in to fund city court and as well as the marshal's office.
And I
but
understand
funded.
that. I understand your
To
ticket
keep-
writing pays your
Right.
marshal. And I mean, if your budget not in there, maybe we might need to bump up your budget, ask for more, or find what you need more important in your office for your budget. If you're not meeting your budget, something not adding up. You know, if
Right.
you can't operate on the budget that the city and the parish giving, then either you need to ask for more money, or either you need to delete some things in your office to make your office to run smooth. Cause we do
Right.
want you all to run smooth.
Right.
But I just don't feel that, this me personally, and I spoke with you
Okay.
already about
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Nothing personal, cause you know
We
you
go-
and I are
we go
cool,
back to
but we doing
1981.
business. This is about business.
Right.
So, me personally, I think we got enough ticket writing done around. That's me. I had a lot of
Yes,
people
ma'am.
calling, a lot of my constituents calling. They're not happy about it. Some say some things that they have, you know, and I listened to them. I was all out of town, and I
Sure.
listened to them. You know, they blowing my phone up, so I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'm
Right.
listening. You know, but we just got barely 5,000 people now, and you writing 4,500 tickets a month.
Not everybody in Port Allen gets a ticket. You know, we
Yeah,
operate
but
all in the water and so forth.
majority are. And
That
you know,
average would seem right, yes.
Yeah, but you
And
know,
look,
that's
man,
my
we all-
opinion, son.
currently the city of Port Allen doesn't fund the marshal's office, the deputy marshal. The marshal personally gets a little salary, you know, which I thank you. And thank you for the
no,
current,
because
but
you told me with the ticket that you was gonna give the city $1,000.
Right,
You
I
and the
could-
mayor talked about it, and I don't know how the mayor feel about it or what y'all conversation was. But I mean, you said you was gonna contribute $1,000
I
to
can
us a
contribute,
month.
yes.
Okay, so
And
you
that's-
know,
That's in play if, you know, if we carry on like we are,
if
we need
if
to,
you write
go out and do
400, if
funding.
you write 400 tickets a month, you need to give us $5,000. I mean, you cheating us now.
hey, yes, I'd have loved a 10% raise too, but you know, I didn't get it. But
You
thank
got
you
a raise,
again,
but you
thank you
did get
again.
a
I
raise,
did,
though.
and thank you again.
All right now.
So, all right, yeah, that's what I said. I said thank you. I'm appreciative.
Okay.
I said we go back a long way.
Okay.
So, you know,
So as far as, he and I did talk briefly about giving the city back $1,000. The city has been from before I did payroll, paying for one person that sits in the city court, so let's clarify that. That sits at city court, we pay one salary for that person. I'm assuming the parish pays the other salary. No need to call names because I see she's not here tonight, but we do fund one of the salaries for city court. But as far as anything else, it was in place from my understanding from years before even the former mayor, that we pay a portion because the city court building sits within the city limits. So we pay a portion of their rent. We pay for basically their building.
Right, because I know the building is owned by the parish.
Yes.
But this is how I feel. Now, me and Sonny and and Peter had a conversation. And I also said that we do not need all those agencies that patrolling the ward, because you gonna overrun the city, because the chief has staffed his house already. We don't need all those agencies to be right on the street writing tickets. You're gonna burden our city, our constituents. It's no need to do that. And that's just how I feel, because you can't overrun the chief and his officers. I just don't see that. Now, if you just patrolling the interstate, well, what's the sheriff and the state police job? But if you're gonna take the city officers' job, well, what we need the city police for? I don't see it. I don't agree with it. I'm not for it.
Thank you.
Let me just say, number one, I know good and well you're not trying to take the city away.
Absolutely not.
Wait, let me clarify. Just let me clarify. Just let me clarify. If you have all these agencies on the street writing tickets, what's your job at city court?
We we work at the pleasure of the court, deliver court orders, deliver subpoenas, do evictions, do city court security, and whatever else the judge mandates. If we serve warrants if possible, if need be.
So do you need to be out on the street?
Not, when I say patrol, we're like extra patrol. We go out, we're like almost free law enforcement.
Do you
You know,
have
if they need
extra,
backup.
extra security for functioning in the city of Port Allen?
As far as functions,
Yeah.
if the chief needs help, he can call me. If I'm available, I will be there. Yeah, I haven't gotten a call to come out and assist.
But do he have to call? You just can't come out and he don't call you to come out and write tickets, do he?
He doesn't.
I guess the
Yeah.
going back and forth about it. I know I've called you about telling your officers, and my exact words were, tell your officers to fall back a little, because I was receiving calls at that time
Mm-hmm.
myself. But you said you spoke to the chief, so Chief, how do you feel about the marshal's office? I guess stepping in, doing what they're doing at this point.
Well, with me, I was talking to Senator, but that's not the decision I can make, you know.
I didn't say it was, but I'm just saying we're all saying what the city marshals do in reference to the city police department. So I'm just asking, what was your take on what they're?
I've spoken with Sonny, and Sonny know exactly how I feel about what they do. They help us out. I can call Sonny, and when I do speak with him about whatever it is, the constituents come to me about, he do rectify the situation whenever it's needed. So I can honestly say, with me and Sonny, we have a good working relationship.
So would you agree that he needs to come out, and if you need him be through?
I must say, if I call Sonny about anything, he do come out and help. He'll assist me if I need.
What I think they want you to come out and say that you don't want them. That's what they want you to
Well,
say.
I can't say
But
that.
then I know that's a spot because you don't know when you're gonna need them or
Right.
whatever. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if he wants us. We what we have to do what's right for our constituents. And if the chief say yay or no, we still working for our constituents. We not working for the chief.
I didn't ask him to vote. I just
No, I
asked
didn't
his
say you.
opinion.
I'm saying it was other questions that was said, and I knew that's what he was trying to go. So I was just trying to break it down to everyone is what was trying to be said. So I didn't know if you was answering the question the way you all wanted them to answer. So that's why I'm clarifying what is being said or trying to be said. And he was not answering, I don't think, the way y'all wanted it. So that's why I broke it down.
Mr. Hoover.
Okay, Sonny, we're gonna get back to this. Number one, if everybody's got a copy of the agenda, I want you to look over to the immediate right where it says two important words, public safety. As council members, we are to ensure that everyone receives services and public safety. We're talking about Chief Mitchell's force over there. He's got 3 people on duty right now. That should make us feel warm and fuzzy. 3 people. Now, when we're talking about area, correct me if I'm wrong, red area is Ward 3.
Correct.
Port Allen is this little area right here.
Yes, sir, right.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, seems to me like there's some area that needs to be covered. Now, you have where they're mainly positioned is 415, which is not the city limits, and the interstate,
Correct.
which is, you need to talk with the sheriff about that. That's 126 vehicles that cross that bridge every day. Okay. How much human trafficking, fentanyl, and all this garbage passes down this corridor and nobody's there to check it? But y'all happen to be up on it, and you happen to own it. So if you make a bust and you saved a child's life, how much is that worth?
Worth a lot. There's no limit on life, no dollar amount on life.
Now, when we're talking about revenue, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chris is out there, you can correct me. Other forms of revenue on the, and I did some checking on that. Other forms of revenue with Marshall's Department of evictions, you get paid for that, serving that.
Correct.
Lawsuits, subpoenas, garnishments,
Yes, sir.
and that's $30 a paper, and sometimes you serve 150 to 200 a month.
Yes, sir.
Would that be correct?
Average, yes, sir.
Okay, so your tickets aren't your only form of revenue.
Correct.
And when you break down your tickets, which I looked at that too, let's take a traffic non-moving violation. The court receives $32. The marshal receives $30. That's you.
Yes, sir.
Indigent defender is $45. Case Management Act, which is act of the legislature, is $7. Judicial College Act 299 is $250, and witness fees are $5. So, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this totals up to $121.50 for this type of citation.
Correct.
That recently went up by the legislature.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's about 160, if I read that right.
So it's the 121, the court management information.
Ma'am, would you like to come up?
Chrissy Semino, Port Allen City Court, I'm the clerk of court. Court management information system by the legislature went up $4, so that is the new cost that went in effect August 1st. I think what Sonny's trying to say here is that it's not so much his budget as a whole, but the way the Port Allen City Court is made up is by law, the city has to supply the help with the management of the court. And right now, basically, the court is self-sufficient because of the marshal's office and the ward. And there was this new ordinance that came out, and that's why he's approaching y'all today. Because if basically what's going to happen is if he doesn't have his marshal's office anymore, then the city of Port Allen is going to be responsible for not only parts of the marshal's office, but the city court itself. So that would be the office supplies, the salaries, that stuff along those lines. So we're self-sufficient now. So it's not just about tickets. It's about helping with the law enforcement as it's been done the last 60 years. This isn't really just about tickets. It's like the judge said, it's free law enforcement.
Well, as I read it, that if they don't get the tickets and all the other things that comes along with the tickets, then they still go back inside the city court. That's if the court still be funded.
So you get tickets. So when the tickets are written, you also get what Mr. Hubble is not. What's not on that paper also is a fine amount, and the judge sets the fine amount. So the fine amount is what the city gets or the parish gets off of each ticket that's written. So not only does the fine amount gets broken down. Basically, we're a collection agency for the state, and the fine amount gets broken down, and it either goes to the parish or it goes to the city to where the city is written. So the city gets a monthly check from the City Court of Port Allen every month for the tickets that were written in the city of Port Allen. That includes the tickets that the city police department writes. Yes, ma'am.
So why did the state legislature wants to take the ticket writing from them?
Because they had in Thibodaux a disagreement between the mayor and the city marshal, and one of the representatives brought it to the legislature to have the law changed, and it didn't change the way they wanted it to. So now, from my understanding, they basically reworded it, and you have to go get approval from wherever because we're not just a city court, we're also a ward court, which, like Mr. Hubble says, our ward extends we have a lot more outside of the city lines than we do in the outside of the city than we do inside the city that we cover. And so they tried to change the law, but they made it to where you have to go get an ordinance where your court is domiciled at in that city. Even though we're a ward, you have to get an ordinance from the city to okay that. So if this does not go through, then that means that the city takes on more financial responsibility of the city court. So court programs, $125,000. Court employees are their work at the discretion of the judge, and he can hire as many deputy clerks and clerks as he deems necessary. So in all actuality, this not only is helping the city court, it's also helping the city of Port Allen, because you're not funding the city court. Like the mayor said, you only pay for one salary of a city employee.
Okay, so who been funding? So just not the tickets been funding y'all. So who's funding y'all now? Not just the tickets funding y'all. So the city of Port Allen helped funding y'all, right?
So
We fund one salary.
they fund one salary.
So who else is funding y'all?
The court and the parish does pay part because it's a ward court, but the court itself funds it.
Well, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
When I was a state senator, it broke it down to me, and I was talking to him and asked him how he felt about it, and he definitely was against it.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him the reason. He gave me his reason
Mhm.
that that he think that it was being fair to the people, or stopping whatever. That's understandable. That's what a lot of people been complaining about.
Mhm.
But I'm saying this here. But if you've been giving money to the parish for all these years and the city have not gotten anything, why is that?
The city gets a check every single month
We get a
from
fine
city
check.
court.
We always have.
They always
See,
have.
But that's not what you told me.
I didn't know this part.
Okay.
That's why the young lady's hitting me.
I've been at Port Allen City Court for 26 years.
Right, and we've gotten a fine check since I was downstairs.
Okay.
Y'all.
So I've been there a very long time. Let me put this in maybe just plain perspective. Say we have one of our deputy marshals here, Marshal Fontenot. I'm gonna give you an example. He's at the Circle K in his uniform. Okay, one of you council members go to pump gas. One of our constituents here is violating the law. They could either, harass you, whatever it is. They're breaking the law basically, and he's standing there in uniform. And right, because you know why? You take that authority from him. He does not have any authority to do anything to that person that's breaking the law. If you do not pass this ordinance, that's what happens. That's why we're here tonight.
Okay,
But this ordinance is not about the ordinance is about the ticket.
It's not, no
writing.
ma'am. It's not.
It's about the ticket writing.
It's not just about the ticket writing. It's about the whole aspect of the whole aspect of the body of the marshal's office and their duties.
This is actually the introduction of an ordinance tonight. So we are not even approving an ordinance tonight. So the comments and the back and forth is about the introduction. We hadn't even gotten to the point of the ordinance because that wouldn't be until next month.
But
Okay.
you good, we got to ask all these questions, right?
Right.
So while I'm here, does anybody have any other questions that I can possibly?
I think with that example that you just gave about the Circle K,
I mean,
says it all. And so,
Not really.
yeah,
Not really. Not really, because Baton Rouge they have all the criteria that the marshals have now, but their constables does not write tickets, arrest, and does not do any of that, but they just do what they supposed to do. But they do not go out and write tickets. So why the marshals do over here? They do the same thing Baton Rouge do, but Baton Rouge do not go out, arrest, write tickets, or any of that. They have the same power that the marshals do, but they don't do it.
So Chrissy, I have a question.
yes, ma'am.
How long have the marshals been writing tickets since you've been there?
The Marshals program started in 2000.
Okay, so I guess, Mr. Massey, the question for you is, what has changed?
Really nothing. It's, when I got elected marshal in 2023, I just inherited what was already there and just kept it going. I've actually, like I told you in the committee meeting, I've diminished the force from 27 to 3, and we've been able to survive on what we have. Now, I had to come to front of council, like Ms. Christie said, Semino said. I hadn't had to come back for no money. I haven't. If this ordinance doesn't pass, I'm have to come back for some money to operate. There's a law, it's 13/1881, covers that you shall pay the salaries of the deputy marshals. You know, and I've been able to avoid that coming before you, because I did a hell of a lot of stuff going.
So how many of the officers, I guess, that you have been there since before you started? Because I'm trying to figure out, I guess, if tickets were wrote from the start, what's the question and what's the big hoorah about the same tickets being written now? So are any of those officers that worked before still there?
Yes, I think Deputy Fontaine.
Well, I don't think Mr. David is on the patrol.
Right, he's part of my staff now,
Yeah,
full-time
but
staff.
actually writing tickets is my question.
Oh, well, I think Deputy Fontenot's the only one, Jason Fontenot, he's the only one currently left.
Okay, and Mr. Fontenot, can you step up, please? How you doing?
How you doing? Jason Fontenot.
Okay, so how long have you been with the Marshal's office?
So I started in Bruley in 2012. Went to work for the Marshal's office in 2015.
Okay.
On a part-time basis. I've been there full-time since 2025, June of 2025.
Okay, so what has changed for you since you work under a different marshal than now? I'm trying to figure out, the session has taken away the tent, they've taken away inspection stickers, so I guess what are we stopping our citizens for?
Nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed are the inspection stickers. They went away this past June. That's the only thing we're not enforcing now.
Okay, so tent is.
10 is still 25. Anything below 25% is still illegal on the front two windows.
And on the front windshield.
And
total
yeah,
windshield.
windshields.
Okay.
Say that again?
You cannot have your windshield tinted either unless you have a special exemption. I primarily work 415 though. No insurance. I have no insurance. Expired registrations. Every other car has somebody suspended driving.
But how do you know their license is suspended? Just because they passing by?
So I noticed their registrations expired when they passed with the 2024 on the back, and then I have a system called Collagic ThinkStream, and then I'll run the plate to see if it's actually expired, or if they just maybe didn't put their sticker on the back. If they didn't put the new sticker, I don't want to stop them. then it'll show that the registered owner has a suspended license. It also flags no insurance. So then I'll verify all that when I make the traffic stop.
So you just running plates?
It is legal to run plates, yes, ma'am.
When you say, running plates, are you behind them, or you just assume that they, I mean, I don't know how you just see
It's
if
all of
someone
the
is
above. It's all of the above. You know, I sit in the median trying to watch for violations. It's
But if
primarily.
you're sitting in the median and Mr. Payne going this way, you can tell that his car is
I
not
can-
registered, his sticker.
So if I can't see him through the windows, I know he's got illegal tint.
No, I'm not saying that, you say, I'm talking about the license tag,
I'll only know that if he's going in one direction.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
So you running plates?
I do run plates, yes, ma'am.
And that's legal? to
It
run
is,
plates?
it is legal, yes, ma'am.
That's what they should make unlegal, plate for nothing.
Checking for, if it flags warrants, suspensions, no insurance. If there's nothing wrong with the vehicle, they go on the
They
way.
didn't allow you because you didn't sign in.
Okay.
So
No,
we called
they
Chrissy up.
We have a license plate reader that constantly going, that the DA's office paid for. And it's a
I mean,
crime
well-
prevention tool.
Are y'all gonna allow her to?
Well, she not ready to talk, so what you
You
doing?
started now.
Well, I want her to speak in the mic,
Yeah,
that's
but
why I'm
I'm saying,
asking.
you
Yes.
just-
Don't-
There are license plate readers on the interstate
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we know that.
So the license plate readers are constantly running.
I mean,
It's
we know
not
they,
protected by the Fourth Amendment.
but we know we have license plate readers, but he's sitting there just running license plates though.
It's in the same vein. It's a law prevention purpose.
That's what they should make a law about.
Yeah, I ain't down with that, he just.
So
sitting there
just as a
running.
reminder, council members, this is set for introduction, and so if there's any other questions or meetings or,
Yeah,
meetings
okay.
that need to take place, if you were to vote to introduce it tonight, the final adoption would happen next month. So just a understanding of, if you were to vote to introduce it, is not a final adoption.
Okay.
But look, Sonny, wasn't you supposed to revamp the ordinance that you had last week?
Yes, I was gonna get
Did
with
I get
Mr.
a- did I get a
Alvarez,
copy?
we had talked about that, and
Did you make a new
I haven't,
copy of it?
I have not, my apologies.
Or we can't read what you want us to
yes.
do?
We will take out,
Yeah,
Go
I
forward.
looked at the first draft, and I mean, the council, of course, has to consider a lot of this before we can really get to something to reduce the
Seem like
writing.
very good for us to have.
But the only thing that I have a concern about that I don't like in the ordinance would be in section 6, where it talks about repealing or modifying the ordinance. It would require a 2/3 vote. We don't do that for any other ordinance, so I don't think we would do that for this one.
right, Kid and I talked, after the last committee meeting, and we agreed to, remove that. Will be removed prior to final
I need a
passage.
copy of it.
Okay, sure. I will have a copy for you. Anything else we can help with?
Sonny,
Yes, sir.
How many people out on the street right now? So you walk.
My department, maybe one. I think there was, when I left at, 3 or 3:30 this afternoon, left the office, there was one still there. David, was, Chris still out? When you left?
No.
Okay, so probably there's nobody out currently. They don't have set hours, they can come out, and work when they want to, when they can.
But probably one right now.
Maybe one, if somebody's been there since 4:30, I don't know.
Chief, you got 3?
So Sonny, you saying they just come out when they wanna come out and work?
Yeah, they're part-time, 2 of them are, Jason full-time, he, works when he feels need to, and, the other 2 are part-time, they work for other departments.
So
And
you
they
don't
come
know
out,
when they're out, they just come out whenever they wanna come out?
right,
Is that what
if they're off work, they work on a part-time basis. Right, they don't have set
you're saying? Well, even
hours.
if you're part-time, they need to report to you, right? Saying
Yes.
that they're here, they're on duty, or someone.
Yeah, it's me, usually Chief Deputy Jones will know they're here.
And even though you saying what Hubble trying to push off, even though you're on the red, isn't that where the sheriff office and state trooper be on
Yeah.
415 just
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Cause I
If
see
they
the
have
sheriff
anybody
office
out.
out there too, and I see the state troopers stop people out there too. So it's not just that you all be out there and then we
Right.
just leave you all out there, because the sheriff department out there, the state
Right.
trooper be out there. Our city may not be out there because that's not the area, but we do have the sheriff office out there.
Right.
Many times I have seen them out there and I saw them stopping people as well.
Did that
And
for
the
34
state-
years, yes
and the
ma'am,
state police.
absolutely.
And so you know, cause you work for the sheriff, so you know you all.
I am curious about, if I
all-
may ask a question, if I,
Yes.
you know, you say you got complaints about the marshal, what about the city or the sheriff writing tickets, or the state? You get complaints about them writing tickets? I'm just
But
curious.
not really.
I mean, my guys are there unprofessional, they don't work for me. I think the three guys I have writing are professional. You know, they do defend themselves if need be, but, I don't understand why my guys are the only ones being complained on.
I don't know why they are either, but they are.
You know,
You
so,
know,
well, and they're kind of like my constituents too, they're in my area, and I take care of them if need be. All they have to do is call.
Okay,
Like,
so
you know that.
I think we're gonna move on from this, so we're gonna take a vote, to,
Make 2 comments if possible. Councilman Hubbard would pull that map back out, please. And I'm speaking now as a employee during my first 4 years with the city of Port Allen as a meter reader in the city government. We provide utility services that are outside the jurisdiction of our police department. One time we encountered outside the incorporated areas of the city where we could not contact our own police department to deal with a meter that had been jumped. Someone had taken the meter out and put jumper cable, radiator hose to connect whatever. So that is something we could not rely on our own police department because it's outside their jurisdiction to prosecute or whatever. This ordinance, if you vote against it or whatever, or vote against it, would take away all of their police duties, not just their ticket writing. And as far as funding goes, when y'all approve the budget each year, as the mayor has said, and I gave y'all an individual copy on Monday of specifically the city court funding, the city of Port Allen, in the budget that y'all council approved, appropriated $160,000 total to fund the entire judicial system for the city. $160,000. So as Ms. Semino said, if we take away their source of revenue, it's going to be a significant impact to the city of Port Allen, because currently right now we only provide $160,000, not just for all of their expenses, insurance, cars, and so forth. Thank you.
So when you had that situation, you didn't reach out to the sheriff?
We
He
did.
wasn't available either?
The sheriff did come out, but I'm just letting you know that there are things that the city of Port Allen does do that our city police cannot handle,
That's why we have our sheriff, correct?
supposedly.
What you mean supposedly?
Yeah.
Because everything I know they have it on 415, when you call the sheriff, they out there. So, and I can read that for myself. Not saying that, I never had to call the marshals, so I can't say that I called the marshal and they would do that.
I know
But I'm
that
just-
in that participation, we did call the sheriff's department. We've also had a situation going back to the meter reader. We do cutoffs. There are some constituents or customers that are irate, and we have had to have city police officers go with us to physically cut off. Now, we have never encountered one in my 4 years of one of those customers outside the jurisdiction of the police office. But when we called the police department, but to me, stripping away there removes one more avenue of resource that the city could have if we needed to call and get somebody to go out to one of those areas where our police department doesn't cover, where we cover water and gas services.
And just like he said, you don't know if they're coming to work or not, so you don't know if the marshal out or not.
I don't know, that is correct.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure those two things, the city government has more than just the city limits that our police department cannot cover, and the fact of how much the city of Port Allen and how much the city of Port Allen actually pays for the entire judicial system. $160,000.
okay, thank you, Ms. Jones. Mr.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Hubble said about the human traffic and the fentanyl going down the interstate, so how many people have y'all caught going down the interstate with the fentanyl and human traffic?
Since I've been employed there since August of 22, none that I know of.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna do.
But you have the probability of it happening.
Yes.
We are, it's that
Okay.
all over everywhere,
Let me-
not
let
just
me-
in
I mean, I just
Portland.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's everywhere.
Everybody can't speak at one time.
I just wanted to know.
Thank you, son.
Thank you. Anything else?
Okay, can we get a vote on this, introduction, of the ordinance? A motion, I'm sorry. It's a motion by Councilman Hubble. Any second? And motion fails. We need to amend the agenda, with unanimous vote, to add the financial reports to the, we can make that 5A, if everyone's in agreement. We would need a roll call.
Mrs. Joseph,
Yes.
Ms. Gordon,
Yes.
Mr. Hubble,
Yes.
Ms. King,
Yes.
Mr. Payne.
Yes.
Okay, so the financial report will be 5A. Number 2, consider the hiring of Burnell Williams as a resource officer at step grade 112B. Chief?
How y'all doing? How you doing, council? Yeah, like I spoken to you guys last week about Mr. Burnell Williams. I wanted to bring him on with our police department, with the exception of also hiring him on as our SRO, and that he already SRO certified, and he also have experience in that position, along with having he's from over here, so I'll bring him up. So I know he wasn't here last week, so if you have any questions for him, you can ask him.
Good evening, council.
No, you're not being hired.
Bernard Williams, lifetime resident of 1053 Georgia Avenue, Port Allen, Louisiana. Certified law enforcement officer with the state of Louisiana, 2018. Certified juvenile detective and juvenile officer with the St. Martinville Parish Juvenile Detective Academy, 2020 with the West Baton Rouge Sheriff Department. Certified law enforcement officer with school resource officer with the Iberville Sheriff Department, 2023, and have been working with juveniles in the juvenile system with OJS since 1994. Started out working with Mr. Collins Temple with the Attitude Youth in group home settings in the city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, along with having both male and female basketball programs from the Tri-Parish, Iberville, West Baton Rouge, East Iberville, and also extended to Baton Rouge and St. Helena Parish.
Mr. Burnell Williams,
Yes.
I've been knowing you for a long time. And I know we go from place to place, correct? And I understand that for the better your, it's.
But I'm not understanding when you say place to place.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know you work in different municipalities,
Yes, ma'am.
different agencies. And I know you worked at, Port Allen High School,
Yes, ma'am.
and the kids did love you there.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know your attitude with the kids.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you about the basketball team, you're passionate with that. And I think you do also at the middle school, because sometimes you do get on their level
Yes, ma'am.
and they respect you. And I do applaud you of that. And the reason why I say I know you go to a different agency, so that let me know that you can work with any ages in any school, whether it's
Yes, ma'am.
elementary, middle, or high school, because you had experience in all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
And we do know in middle school they are very rebellious there. That will be a task for you because that's adolescent, so we
Yes,
all know what that all about, especially in, you know, in our generation.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do applaud you to want to come on to be a part of our organization and to work with our school system.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you, and as the council agreed to vote you in,
Yes, ma'am.
welcome back.
Can I speak on the multiple agencies?
Yes, please.
In many aspects of law enforcement, we have to understand that when you're at a law enforcement agency, most law enforcement agencies, when you have a concentration on youth, they don't offer. Either you just getting on and maybe you're not up for that particular position. Those who are in law enforcement understand the fact that sometimes you may have to leave. It may not be a happy medium all the time that you're leaving a department. Me, I'm short in this law enforcement thing starting here in West Baton Rouge, well, in Port Allen, and November of 2016 when I got my first start here. My concentration was school resource officer and juvenile from the beginning. Did uniform patrol. Uniform patrol is great. I received an award from our governor as being one of the first in Iberville, being a community police officer, which the West Side Journal, you can watch that on Facebook as well. Moving from agency to agency, sometimes you have to get what you need according to what that particular department is offering in continuing education is concerned. If I wouldn't have made the moves, the strategic move that I've made, I never would have been in a position to become a school resource officer and have the credentials that I have to serve and protect our schools.
Any other questions? Any motion, can I entertain a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Gordon,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Payne, Councilman Payne. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Joseph?
Yeah.
Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Ms. King? Yes. Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Motion passes, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Mayor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
3, consider entering into executive session pursuant to Louisiana Revised Statute 42:17, A1, to discuss Chief Mitchell's recommendation regarding the professional competence and disciplinary action of a police officer. It
Mayor,
is,
before you call for a motion, could I have Officer Ryder come to the podium just to make a statement for the record? Officer Ryder, you have opted to have this discussion and the presentation of the recommendation in executive session, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. The chief told me I had 24 hours to decide. I never responded to him, which would put that automatically in executive session.
Okay, just wanna make sure that, you know, you have the
Good with
right
it.
to have it in public.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
cool. Mayor, you can.
okay. Can I entertain a motion to, enter into executive session?
I make a motion.
Motion by Councilwoman Gordon, second by Councilwoman Joseph. I need a roll call.
Mrs. Joseph?
Yes.
Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Ms. King? Yes. Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Motion passes, Mayor. Yep, we have to do the executive session. You pushed it. She didn't do anything. Which one you did?
I didn't work with you. I don't know if it's on time to call. I like the green or no. I just do it when I was waiting on it. Do it, just and I was gonna mute the mics. Because if we would mute the mics, then it just would be showing us. But you see where mic control is? Hit that. And see the mute off. There you go. Now go back to exit. Now go back to the push the record. And if it don't start back, then I'll just set another one up to okay, there we go. I'm gonna let you see this one. Y'all need to just hit the mic control. You just put all the mics back.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
It's, the mics are on.
And their time, they got me so discombobulated, I can't keep up. You would. See how it goes. Yes, please. Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking too simple.
I think you should talk to him one-on-one.
Because a lot of people Can do a sit area or
But it's not some of them have a lot of land. I have little land. So for so the map, it's much bigger than
what's that? Yeah, I see exactly what you're all the way to where they say they didn't want to be.
It's equal in terms of the reoccurring, at least in the, they're doing virtual events, I think the price of them is unless there's no extra
And you know she's something in my book. I think I know she did four things. Maybe like that. And that's because they have that going in the business. The only thing you all those
Oh, really?
I threw them straight into the fire. You know those things they had, I don't know, but they can't, they can't use, and we just handed it to each one of them. Well, we want to use the words. You should have like okay. Or is it this one? I don't know. That's the mark. Remember the one we had in black and white? But I can't have somebody come in and put it even said the market we put it was in black and white. It's which one of them? No, but I didn't know that was the Martian. This is the maybe they should have one. No, they probably don't.
Yeah, I think that was in the back.
That's the bad. No, that's what the Martian. This is black.
So there was two of them. One of them was the yeah, about the
Governing authority. There are. These five people.
You all right?
Everybody that came from a long while that comes from the publishers can't vote for those five people. And those five people are making decisions that affect everybody who that agenda as far as representation without.
They took yours.
Representation, Boston Tea Party and so forth.
You were like 8 picture.
Yeah, that's the group
Yeah, we had that one and the other one's Marshall. That was just.
and that's the only thing. That's the only thing I was in. It's the group.
I don't know. You're all 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
30. I mean, no, not 30.
I didn't know it was out. It was out on the first floor. That's not bad. That's not bad. You can just hang out here so neat.
I'm gonna figure out what I'm feeling.
I need some green.
Take my whole bag.
I'll make a motion for us to come out of executive session.
It was motion by Councilwoman Gordon and second by Councilman Hubble to come out of, a motion to come out of executive session. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Joseph? Yes. Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Payne?
Yes.
Motion passes, ma'am.
Okay, council, based on your discussion in executive session, do you have any motion to make, any action to take? Yes.
I make a motion to accept the chief's recommendation.
And I second it. Okay, anyone from the public wish to be heard? Roll call.
Mrs. Joseph? Yes. Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Motion passes, ma'am.
4, consider the purchase of a motorcycle to begin the initial phase of a traffic division for the police department, chief.
Like I spoke to you guys last week, the importance on getting the motorbike, the PR behind it, and the plans that we have for getting one. The pricing on how much it will cost us. Once again, the bike is almost $20,000 and $17,766.90. We're be getting it for $10,000, and that's the helmet and all the equipment that also go with it, life sirens, everything. Y'all met with Officer Buchanan last week. He'll be the guy I like to get trained to be our first traffic division motors guy. And from there, once he's trained, I like to at least move on to eventually maybe get one more. But right now, I need to start with one.
You make a motion? I make a motion.
Second. Motion by Councilwoman Gordon, second by Councilwoman King. Anyone from the public wish to be heard? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Joseph? Yes. Ms. Gordon?
Yes.
Mr. Hubble?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mr. Payne?
Yes.
Motion passes, ma'am.
Thank y'all. I really appreciate this.
Consider,
Don't get out there like Eagles.
I'll make sure we don't.
5, consider approval of the condemnation of 451 Harry Brown.
So council members, no vote is required on this agenda item tonight. It's actually just an update for you. As a reminder, this property came for condemnation in March of this year. The council voted to condemn it, and you all gave the property owner 120 days from the date that they received the condemnation order to demolish the home that's on that property. So the property owner received the condemnation order on March 23rd, 2026. Their deadline to demolish the structure was July 21st, 2026. As of today's date, the house has not been torn down. And so the mayor is going to move forward with the city demolishing the structure at the property owner's cost and filing all the liens necessary for the cost to the city. That language was already in the condemnation order as well, to tell the property owner, hey, if you do not demolish the property within 120 days, the city will move forward. And so we're just notifying you that at this time, we are gonna move forward.
Okay, so at this time, do we have to put, I guess, a bid out for someone to tear the home down, or how does that work from here?
Sure. We can discuss that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also the, Atchafalaya, did we have any update on the, well, I guess that would be condemnation report, but do we
Yeah.
have any?
So they received I think so it's July 21st. I think the other property, their deadline was the week before. I'm sorry, I didn't have that in my notes for tonight. But to my understanding, that one has not been, there's no change in that one yet either.
Okay. For the trailer right here, remember on 241 Atchafalaya? I think Justin was supposed to do a condemnation report on it.
We can talk.
Okay.
I remember you talked about the owner. She decided she didn't want to do anything with it.
No one ever came.
Oh.
Okay. 5A, Mr. Daigle.
Monday, you received a very heavy, latent email from me. None of them bounced back, so your city emails should be working in addition to your personal ones. But so if you need access to your city emails, get with me so we can get with Essential so that you now have access to your city emails again. But you received 2 different financial reports. One was for the fiscal year ending 26, since the majority of that has now been cleaned up in preparation for our audit. You've received both the detailed and the summarized, and same thing with the current fiscal year for July. If you have any questions for me, you can let me know now or later.
Later, cause I hadn't really looked through my package.
And you are free to take the documents that's in your binders home with you, since it was quite lengthy of the documents that I gave you.
7, alcohol beverage permits. We don't have any at this time. The only announcement we have, 2 or 3 announcements. The first, the senior roundup will be next week, August 20th, 9 to 1 at West Baton Rouge Community Center. Come out and enjoy the fun festivities. The other thing is tentatively October 18th will be Nightmare on Court Street. Will be the second time doing here on Court Street. So a lot of vendors from last year called and inquired about participating again. So tentative date that we do have is October 18th, and we will, if anything changes, we'll let you know, but we'll start putting and getting those flyers out as soon as possible. Ms. Rose, you have anything?
Nope, that's it, we're ready for next week.
When you say vendors, you mean just people that's passing out candy, they're not gonna be selling.
Nothing's gonna be solved. Amen. Alright, I think that's it. Adjourn.